Hello, hello. Welcome again, Power Couples. It is your host, Tracy, with my co-host, Chester. And today is episode 8, where we are going to discuss staying in the fire.
Exactly. Welcome, Power Couples. We're just going to go right into it. So, Tracy, when was a moment you wanted to run, but staying changed you?
But staying changed me.
Yes.
Run. I think it's almost any time I'm coming up against something new or unfamiliar. I definitely had moments of wanting to quit when we started this business. You know, just, I mean, I know for sure that you've come across this, but, you know, just having those moments of self-doubt.
Yeah.
Moments of, like, feeling worthy of it type of phases. But, you know, sticking it out. Did I say that right?
Yeah.
Having stayed in it. Yeah. Having stayed in it and getting to where we are now, like, I don't know. I feel like there's this new form grit that I feel like I'm building up.
Yeah.
And I'm becoming a lot more resilient, I think.
Yeah.
When it comes to challenges or things just not going exactly how I planned. Trying to be a little more optimistic, especially when things aren't going as fast as I want it to, you know? So, yeah, definitely one of the benefits of having stayed in it is just building that endurance, that grit, that strength to kind of trickle on out to, you know, other parts of my life.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, being in a relationship, being a mother, provider type thing, like, I think it's very much a necessary trait to strengthen. Yeah. Especially as you get older. I mean, not to bring hormones into it, but I'm gonna bring hormones into it. I'm getting up there in age, so like that's just a hard reality that I'm coming up against, is dealing with, you know, the physical changes that I'm going through.
For sure.
Yeah, so having building that momentum, that new muscle, is helping me cope with it, for sure.
Yeah.
So I guess it's all good timing, I guess.
It is.
Why? What about you? Let's talk about the things you want to jump ship on.
I mean, you talk about business. I mean, go into that one first. I mean, yeah, starting a business is never easy.
Yep.
It's definitely hard. Like, you never know what's gonna happen.
Right.
And, you know, for me, there were times where I'm like, man, I don't even know if I could do this. Like, I just have all those thoughts in my head, like you said, am I even worthy to do this? Like, but actually pushing through and, you know, to see where we are today, like, there's definitely progress. And actually pushing through it and just dealing with all, you know, the obstacles that I face, that we face together. You know, I think it also comes back to, you know, us sharing the same vision. And then, you know, you talk about relationship and us supporting each other. You know, just dealing with that, like, I feel like, you know, when I do have my days where I want to run, and then you're always there, like, nah, you got it, you know, this is part of it. Like, you have to go through this phase to be able to overcome whatever you're dealing with, and then you'll be successful.
Right.
Like, not everything happens the way it's supposed to. I mean, for some people it does, but, you know, you have to pretty much go through all the hard times. I feel like that's part of the process.
Yeah.
Because how are you going to handle certain situations?
For sure.
So I feel like it builds you to be stronger.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, I think we're dipping into future questions. So let's go on to the next question.
All right. What does the fire look like for us right now?
Oh gosh, the fire for us right now. Should I say it? I know we're both kind of smiling at the same thing, but The fire for us right now was like, for me, one, it's the timing of it all. Like, we want things yesterday.
Yeah.
The timing of how things are done and how quickly, like, the response. We want our responses to be like
Yeah, we want our results.
fast. We
yeah.
want results fast.
Yeah, that's just how we are.
I think that's the fire of like that itch of like, oh, I want to move on to the next thing, but like just kind of enjoying the moment.
Yeah.
And then also like negative feedback.
Yeah.
I feel like we've been getting a lot of that, a lot of hate.
When you talk about that, it's like we do get a lot of bad feedback, but it's also, you know, like we talked about in previous episodes or previous conversations that we've had before. It's like people give us those feedbacks because they never really were in our situation. You know what I mean? They don't have the same vision as us.
Right.
So it's hard for people to actually get on our level.
Right.
I'm not saying that we're better than anybody else.
Oh, no, not.
But I'm just saying, like, they don't have the same vision as us, so they don't understand what we're going through.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that just to put it that way, like, we do get those negative feedbacks, but at the same time, it's because of that.
Yeah. No. But that's my idea of what the fire is that we're facing with now.
I mean, I talked about it a little bit in the previous question or a previous answer of, like, what we're going through.
Yeah.
And obviously, like, the obstacles that we face, but how does it look like? How does it look like right now? I mean, I feel like we're gonna be under fire our entire life.
Yeah, I think
Just to
the
put it that
fire is
way.
gonna evolve along with us.
Yeah, and I feel like it's a good and a bad thing.
Yeah.
For, you know, in a good way, it's like it's gonna continue to make us push
Right. Make
push
us stronger.
through. Yeah, make us stronger. But obviously, it's bad for us because, you know, we're gonna get into those thoughts like, man, like why is people always, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't want to say it, but like,
Getting
why?
to that negative self.
Yeah, like I don't want to think about it like that.
Yeah.
I always want to, you know, take that negativity and turn it to be positive all the time. That's just me though.
Right.
I just feel like that's a better way to handle things.
I agree.
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah. How do you know the difference between healthy pressure and toxic chaos? Like, you know, what do you want to tell the listeners, or, you know, what do you want to tell the power couples, like when you should stay and when to go? I know that one's tough, right? Like, I guess this is, for me, it's like that support that you get from your other half. Like, is it good support or is it bad support? Like, right?
Yeah.
Like, how do you know the difference?
Yeah. I think it all comes down to like what your vision is.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, depending on what your vision is. So, like, if what your partner is considering a support, but it's going against your vision, yeah, that's not helpful to you, right?
Yeah.
Because then it's kind of causing this rift between you guys, this division.
Yeah.
That's when the division starts.
Yeah. That's why we both got to be on the same level.
Yeah, and if it really comes down to you guys are no longer on the same vision, like, how long will this partnership last?
I think we talked about in previous episodes too of how to handle those things, right?
Yeah, we did.
I mean, pretty much having.
It's just having those conversations
Exactly.
of like staying aligned with your vision, and even if the vision like
doesn't align.
or like if the vision grows or develops into, you know, maybe not something different, but a little tweak, you know, minor adjustments.
Yeah.
But it really comes down to like just both parties being on board.
Yeah. I mean,
But yeah.
I totally agree. I mean, I was gonna say, like, you know, both of you don't have to be aligned.
Right.
You know what I mean? But at the same time, it's like you have to be able to support each other in some way.
Yeah.
And if you are not aligned, then why not be on the same level?
Right.
Like you said, you know, have those tough conversations.
Yeah.
And just speak your truth, speak honest
Right.
about how you feel about each other's vision. If it's
Yeah.
not the same,
Yeah.
I mean, for me, that's the only way I could see that would benefit each other.
Right. Like if you're like you both are in agreement to like, okay, we're gonna save up money for a house, and then one day you come home with a boat. Like what?
That was a part of the plan.
Are we living on a boat? Are we boat people now?
When did this boat get here?
I think we should have defined what house is.
A roof over our head.
On the ocean.
Yeah.
You didn't hear that part? That was the fine print.
That's a good point, though. Like, honestly, like, I feel like, I mean, I know a lot of people who are on that same level of not being aligned with each other.
Yeah.
And I've witnessed it, you know, not a boat, but maybe a jet ski or something. No, seriously.
Yeah.
I've had coworkers who talked about that with their spouse, and like one day they just come back with a jet ski. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, it's just, you know, it just comes down to having those conversations. It's
Yeah.
hard, but it needs to happen.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
Not to take away from the spontaneity of like surprising us
Yeah.
a partner or a spouse, but you know, come on, let's not off track.
It would be
too
crazy if
far.
you came home with the boat.
Yo,
I mean, I would be happy, but I'm like,
we're living on a boat.
yeah, we're about to spend the rest of our life on a boat. There's a lot of body of water here in Vegas, so we're going to be traveling around Lake Mead.
That's it.
Yeah, that's it. All right. What have we learned about each other in the fire that we couldn't learn in comfort?
Ooh, how to just support each other, like when you're at your lowest.
Yeah.
Like obviously when we're in a high and we're in our comfort zone, like it's just all sunshine,
all good,
rainbows.
yeah.
Yeah. Like there are no problems, but going through the fire, like we're really starting to see like I don't want to say true colors because it's not true colors. It's just another layer of skin. You know what I'm saying? And seeing how you support me whenever I'm not 100%. And,
Yeah.
you know, I'm still learning the best way to support you when you're less than 100%.
Yeah.
But yeah, obviously these are things and these are skill sets that we're learning only when
Yeah.
we're going through the fire. Yeah,
And it has to happen.
and it has to happen.
Yeah.
It has to happen.
Because I think you talk about building character, right? Like,
It does. Yeah.
and that's literally what it takes. Because if it is all good and sunshine or whatever, like you are never gonna be able to handle situations like this.
Exactly.
So
Yeah.
I mean, for me, I think it comes down to like communication. I've always talked about that. I feel like, you know, that's what I've learned between us is, you know, if we have that good communication, that constant communication, like we'll be able to get through anything, especially through all the challenges or whatever it may be.
Absolutely.
Like just being able to communicate that, whether it's good or bad,
Yeah.
like just as long as we have that communication, we'll be good.
Right.
And obviously, you know, honesty,
Yeah.
you know, so.
Yeah. And we're not even, well, at least putting businesses aside,
Yeah.
you know, just being as human beings, living together and growing together, we're obviously not going to be the same people 5 years from now that we are today.
Yeah.
So just being able to continue to learn and want to learn, having that curiosity for each other,
Yeah.
I think that's what's going to make the difference between us being successful and not.
Yeah.
You know, always wanting to know more about each other
Yeah.
is going to be the probably the secret ingredient to a successful relationship.
Yeah. I agree to that.
right?
For sure.
Always having that curiosity. Yeah, because once you think you know a person, that's when things start to break down.
Yeah.
Because then it's like, oh, you're different. This is not the person I know.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that you're not the person I knew before.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, no, duh.
Obviously, being on that same level of knowing that we're both going to change, we're both going to grow. Because I feel like even when we talk about it all the time, it's like we never want to be the same person.
Right.
We always want to be better. We always want to grow. So just knowing that and, you know, staying aligned with that, like, and expecting that we're going to change.
Right.
Like, I feel like that'll be the biggest difference in, not in just any relationship, but anything.
Anything, right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's how I feel.
And that doesn't even just go for like relationships, you know, like within the family. Like this is also just building bonds and relationships with people you want to work with. You know, maybe new clients, new sponsors, things like that, partnerships.
No, for sure.
Yeah, just having that genuine curiosity for like, you know, who they are and what their vision is. It makes you more attractive.
Oh yeah.
If you want, what is the saying? If you want to be interesting, you have to be interested. Right?
Yeah.
I think that's
something
the
like
saying
that.
like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Fact check me in the comments if I'm wrong. But
Get it right. Get it right.
yeah. So, next. Sorry.
No, you're good. I mean, we were just getting into it a little bit. When did our faith get tested the most, and what did we hold on to?
I mean,
yeah, this one's gonna be. I mean, I guess just put it out there.
I mean, let's just. Our
no
faith
reason
is
to-
challenged every day.
Yeah.
Our faith is challenged every single day.
Yeah.
And what was the second part of that question?
What did we do to hold on to it?
Oh, okay, so as I was going to say, we're challenged every day.
Yeah.
It's never been easy for you and I.
Yeah.
Never.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's not going to change because anything precious or worth fighting for is always going to be a fight for.
And I feel like, I mean, you're right. And then I feel like we've told each other this too. It's like, you know, God only tests the ones that could handle it. Or I don't know. There's other ways to put it, but
no, He also won't put anything we can't handle.
Yeah,
in
He
front of
won't.
us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, and honestly, I could say that we've gone through a lot, and we have continued to push through all of that. Like, we've lost. I'll be honest. Like, we've lost friends. We've lost family.
We've lost a lot, yeah.
We've lost a lot. But the one thing that we hold on to is our faith.
Yeah.
And just continuing to put all our trust in God. I mean,
One day it'll all pay off, right?
oh yeah, for sure.
So just continuing in, you know, our devotion and not letting our feelings get in the way of our faith.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think that's really it. I mean, as long as to be honest, even when we're not feeling it, we have to just keep putting in that practice of strengthening our faith, you know, even when we're not.
Yeah. I mean, this past week, we pretty much had that type of feeling.
Right.
And, you know, regardless, we were just like, no, we have to
We have
do
to
it.
go.
Yeah.
We have to keep going. We have to keep moving forward.
I feel like our efforts, our sacrifices, you know, they'll definitely pay off. Like, we don't, you know, we're not out here trying to prove to anybody.
Exactly.
You know, we don't have to.
No, absolutely. And you've said it before. The only one we're trying to do this for is, you know, for God's glory. So.
Yeah, and I feel like everything will work out, like you said.
Yep.
All right. How do we keep our relationship from burning out while the fire refines us? You know, like
while the fire refines us, yeah.
like, you know, what kind of tools like, you know, check-ins, boundaries, prayer, self-space. You know,
Yeah.
like what do you think that we do good, like, and what do you think we need to do better in? Like, what do you think we need to be consistent with? Like,
Yeah.
you know, we just talked about it earlier. We always want to improve. We always want to grow.
Yeah.
Like, there's never a time where we think like, all right, we're doing good at this. Like, we just need to keep it that way.
To maintain.
Yeah, like it shouldn't be like that.
No, I don't think there's any part of our life that we are content with.
Yeah.
Right. Or that we're okay with it plateauing.
Exactly.
That's not really how it goes for us.
Yeah.
Like, always trying to level up.
So what do you think we're doing good?
I think we're doing good as far as like, I think one of our strengths is just motivating and pushing each other. And then I think our levels of commitment only strengthen with how much we communicate.
Yeah.
And then I think what we could do better is just sticking to our routines.
Yeah.
Sticking to our routines. Like we do our routines, but it's like in a very inconsistent and erratic schedule.
Yeah.
There was a time where we were like, without fail, like same time every day, do the same routine. But it's like kind of like, I don't know if it's just, I really don't know if it's a season or what, but
we've fallen off for sure.
Yeah, like and we finish our routine for the most part.
Yeah,
like
but
we get everything done, but it's not in the way that we
want to.
Yeah,
like not the way we scheduled it to be. Yeah, that's pretty much what it is.
Yeah, seriously. So now it makes me kind of wonder, like, should we schedule better? Like, should we map out our plan better?
No, I mean, I feel like we plan it to how it should be. It always works out for us.
It does.
Like, today was a great example of, you know, we didn't wake up when we're supposed to.
Yeah.
But we still got everything done.
Like by 2 hours, but we still managed to get everything done. So now I'm wondering, like I said, like, are we mapping it right? Maybe we should really think out or map out our plan better the night before. Because
I feel like it always works out for us, but at the same time, we're like, to me, in my opinion, I feel like we should stick to the plan. It's us. It's definitely us.
Yeah.
We definitely got to be disciplined, and we got to wake up at 4. I just feel like, you know what I mean? We do start off the day better that way. And then we also have more time. That's, you know, we always talk about that.
Okay. So when you put it that way.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Like, we still get things done, but
it makes sense.
You know, like you said, it's, I don't know. For me, like, I just feel like we gotta keep it that way. Like, I don't know. Like, we plan it. We have a good plan, but we really just have to be disciplined. Like, in the back of our head, and when we snooze, we're like, we got time, but do we really?
In my head.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Like, we know we do have time.
Okay, so maybe we just need to have a more clearer discussion in our planning.
Yeah.
Yeah.
To me,
maybe that's what we need to improve.
Yeah.
Maybe it's because we map out like all of our appointments, all of our schedule, like our
errands,
our our work schedules and all that. I think all that is set pretty good.
Yeah.
In our planner. It's just the night before planning when we really break it down to the T. I think we just need to be a little more. We need to perfect that a little more.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that way there's really no room for cushion. Like, I think that's our mistake, is we allow room for cushion so that if we run late.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, for me, the tools that we have that's been consistent and that's been going good for us is our discipline. And it also needs to be improved, obviously. Like, just talked about, but I think the discipline that we have, like I said, we always get things done, but I think we need to fine tune it a little bit more. Okay. And then I think the number one thing that we do great in is our prayers. Like, I feel like we never miss that. I feel like we're pretty good, and you know, we know what prayer can do for us,
Right.
and it is like the number one priority for us.
Right.
But yeah, that's kind of like my 2 cents for that. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. Nice.
What happens when couples keep running from the same hard lesson?
That same hard lesson's going to keep showing up.
Yeah. But what do you have to do to avoid it?
You have to confront it.
Okay. No, I was just
You
making
have
sure,
to
like,
not only do you have to confront it, you have to master it.
yeah,
Because then it's no longer a challenge.
exactly.
It's not. It just becomes second nature after that. Once you've mastered something, then it becomes breathing.
Yeah.
It's no longer a challenge. But if it keeps feeling like a challenge, clearly that's a sign that you're avoiding.
Yeah.
Avoidance.
And that's one thing that we definitely. I feel like we don't. I feel like we've been doing better in that.
I think well, I can't say for the both of us, but I think for me, the challenge that keeps occurring is the negative self-talk.
Yeah.
So it's like mastering,
Yeah.
having those check-ins with myself to confront each of those.
Yeah.
So that way it's not taking up so much of my time. That's the loss I get from it. It's just time wasted.
Yeah.
Time wasted when I could have been productive, like, you know, working on my website or something, you know, like
Yeah.
that's the biggest loss is time wasted. And that's the most infuriating thing. It's like, I'd wasted this much time. I wasted an entire day because I just wasn't in the mood.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I feel like you've been doing better though.
I hope
mean,
so.
you do get into those moods, and
do.
I feel like, I mean, I always tell you, like, I can't say I don't know why you have those thoughts, and obviously you have them for a reason.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's like, why does it even matter?
Right. Exactly. I really want to get there.
Yeah,
like,
and
that
you
stuff
can.
doesn't matter.
You can.
Oh no,
you just
I
have
will
to fight it.
I will. No, I think that's where
That's
the
the battle.
problem is I gotta stop fighting it and just like
I mean, not fight
like-
it. And, yeah.
kind of let that voice be heard and move on.
Yeah. Exactly.
You know, just getting through that process faster.
Yeah.
But I'm such in the habit of wanting to suppress it and keep my body busy.
Yeah. You do that for
I
sure.
do that a lot, where I just want to keep my mind
Body.
and my body busy and like just doing like mindless, monotonous chores, tasks, you know? That way I can feel like I'm productive, but then like
You're avoiding it.
I'm avoiding.
Yeah.
That's the big, that's
mean-
like a pet peeve of mine, but I'm still working on it.
Yeah. I feel like you've been doing good though. I feel like you've
Thanks.
been doing good.
What about you?
I don't know. It goes back to, I feel like I have those days where I do have those negative. I even for me, I still have those. But for me, I think I'm able to push through them faster.
Right.
And I try not to avoid it. Like, because if not, like you mentioned, it's gonna keep coming.
Right.
And for me, like, I just push through. Like, I do have that mindset. I do have that mentality. Like, I don't care.
Yeah.
Like, I'm gonna do it anyway.
Yeah.
So, like, for me, I do have that mindset, and I don't think I avoid a lot of things. I feel like when challenges come my way, like, I talk it out. I kind of take a step back, and I kind of just reassess the situation, and I just kind of go from there.
Yeah.
But I don't think I avoid them. I don't
Okay.
know. What do you think? Do you think that I avoid hard lessons?
I honestly, I'm trying to think of anything that you do try to avoid, but
Like for you, you mentioned about you doing things around the house to just kind of keep your body moving and your mind. I do see that a lot. And, you always tell me, like, when I'm asking you, well, what are you doing? You're like, I'm doing this. I'm like, So I do see it. And, when you tell me things, like, yeah, you do that.
yeah.
But, it goes back to you saying, like, time wasted when you could just be focusing on something else that
Right.
you could be productive in.
Right.
It's not that you're not being productive. It's like you're just using your energy in different things that
Yeah,
you should
that doesn't
focus on.
contribute to my
Exactly.
bigger vision. Yeah. But for couples that feel like they're constantly having the same challenge, you know, those couples that have the same argument
Yeah.
all the time, like what advice would you give them?
Man.
Start being honest about it.
I think we talked about that in the beginning. Is like having those tough conversations, but to have those tough conversations, you have to be honest.
Yeah.
Like
You have to be honest with yourself too.
Yeah.
I feel like
that's where it starts.
Yeah,
Yeah.
right? Because usually if couples that are having the same argument
Time and time
again, someone's holding back something. Whether it's yourself or it's your partner.
Yeah.
Somewhere there is a little bit of a mystery.
Yeah, I'm trying to think about the.
I feel like there's someone that's compromising somewhere just to get past that argument. But
Yeah.
if it, like I said, if it keeps coming up,
Yeah.
like somebody's withholding something.
Yeah.
It could be you. So it takes a lot of self-reflection too.
But yeah, I mean that's what we talked about before about like, you know, yes, being honest with yourself, but also just being able to speak what
Speak your whole truth.
yes.
Yeah.
Because I mean, we've probably done it to each other multiple times where, you know, we always ask, oh, what's wrong? It's like,
Yeah.
oh, I'm okay.
Yeah.
But, you know, we got to dig in deeper, like, are you really?
Yeah.
And then, you know, it just kind of goes like that until you actually are able to open up,
Right.
right? But it's, again, like you said, just be honest with yourself. That's where it starts, and, you know, you just kind of go from there.
Right. That's true. It's good.
But that has to, you know, being honest with yourself and having those tough conversations, you know, I feel like, and if you keep avoiding it, like you said, it's going to keep coming because that's just how it happens.
Right.
But once you do talk about it, be honest about it, and have that conversation, then obviously that's the only time you can overcome that. It's pretty much an objection, right?
Right.
And I don't know. I feel like that's gonna cause a lot of riffle between the relationship.
Yeah.
And you know, it'll affect not only that part of your relationship, but everything else. Because it's gonna feel like, oh, someone's hiding something.
Yeah. Or maybe they just don't even realize either. You
That
know,
too.
there could be some underlying pain point that's just been buried for so long they don't even realize it.
Because it's been happening so much.
Yeah.
I mean,
So I guess another point to like, if you feel like just between the two of you, you can't get through it or can't get past it, maybe it would be time to consult with like somebody you trust.
you know, it's so funny. That's going into the next question.
Oh, so stop.
No, you're good. I mean, it's a good transition, right? Like,
Okay.
you know, who do we let speak into our life when the fire's hot?
Ooh,
Yeah.
that's funny.
Coaches, mentors,
Yeah.
friends, the value, you know, who do we value in our life? You know, I just talked about, you know, how we lost friends, family, like
Yeah.
who's still there to be there for us? Like, who
Right.
can we talk to? Like,
Right.
there's only, you know, a select few.
Right.
But, you know, for you, like, who do you think, like, I don't know.
Yeah. Because literally, I'm not going to put their names out there.
No,
but,
yeah.
You know.
I'm just saying,
you
like,
know who you are. But there's seriously, like, really only, aside from you, there's only one other person that I'm actually, like, completely honest with.
I mean, you still talk to a lot of people.
I keep, you know, close tabs on, you know, some friends that,
Yeah.
you know, I can trust, but to allow myself to be vulnerable
for
to that
sure, of
that
course.
level, there's probably only one other person aside from you that I could allow myself to be that completely honest with. Yeah, and I feel like it's best that way.
No, yeah. I feel like it should be you and one other person.
Right.
I mean, I feel the same way. Besides you, it's only one other person.
Yeah.
And I feel like you said, it needs to stay that way.
Yeah, I think it's best that way.
Yeah.
And then if there's anything that and first and foremost, it comes down to like constantly praying about it.
Yeah.
Right. And then just kind of allowing God to lead me in the direction of like who I should trust.
Yeah. Because
Because God has a real funny way of revealing who I can and cannot trust.
Yeah. It happens in a weird way, but I'm glad it happened that way.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, only me and you know what we're talking about, but but
I feel like some people can relate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Some people will know what we're talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah. But anyway, what does legacy look like when you're willing to stay? I think we talked about it a little bit earlier. But what is your take on it? Like how is staying in the fire shape us today?
I mean, anytime you talk legacy, like I immediately go into my mother mode. And I just think about like what kind of person do I want my kids to remember me by? Yeah, so just I want my kids to remember me as just like a fighter. I don't want to say I want them to remember me being stubborn or like overpowering type thing. I want them to know that I'm a fighter.
Yeah.
And that even through fire and through testing, like I will still keep fighting for what's important to me. That's what I want them to see. So whenever we talk legacy, it's immediately going to like, what kind of impression do I want to make?
What do you want to be remembered by?
Yeah.
Or how you want to be remembered?
I want them to have a really good impression of me.
Yeah. Yeah. I totally agree. I mean, I feel the same way. You know, if some certain people listen to this, if they even get to this point, but for me, like, yeah, I mean, I want my son to remember me, obviously, in a lot of positive ways, you know. There's obviously going to be negative things that he'll remember, but, you know, I just want to be able to lead by example. Like, I want to leave a legacy that he'll be able to remember and he'll be proud of for me. Like, regardless of what I do, like in life, like I just want him to be proud of me. And, you know, I just want him to remember me in a positive way for sure.
Right.
Like, regardless of what it is.
Absolutely.
So, yeah.
And just knowing that we tried. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I want to leave, you know, a legacy that he can follow and kind of take over of what I started. And I obviously want him to have a better life than I did for myself. Yeah.
To learn from us. Like,
Yeah.
learn from our mistakes.
Yeah.
Take away from our strengths. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Absolutely.
All right. If someone's listening and they feel like they're burning up, what do we want to remind them?
You're not the only one.
Yeah. There's a lot of people out there who's going through struggles and trials, like not just within themselves, but in their relationship. Like, regardless of how you think everything is going, like there are people fighting for their life. Like, you know.
Gain perspective.
Yeah.
It's just, it's also like, this too shall pass,
Yeah.
you know? And just think of every fire as like just making you or refining you to be a stronger person that you need to be for the blessing that's coming, right? Yeah. Like, the person you were yesterday is not going to be able to handle all the blessings you're going to get tomorrow.
Yeah, absolutely right.
So it's like, it's all strength training to get you to be able to handle everything that's in store for you.
Yeah.
You know, you have to be prepared for those kinds of challenges that come with
Yeah.
every new reward.
Yeah.
So you're not meant to be stuck in one place. It's all meant to be better for you.
Yeah.
Or for the betterment of you.
But you also have to, I don't know, we always talk about honesty, and that's what you have. I feel like that's the first thing that has to happen is you have to be honest with yourself. Like, obviously, if you're not in a good situation or in a good position, then that obviously needs to change.
Right.
But if you are in a situation where you're in a good spot, you know, take that and become better.
Yeah.
Like, use what's been working for you, you know, get rid of what's not working for you, and just continue to be better. But those people, you know, who feel like nothing is working for them, like, it's that happens to everybody. And I feel like they just need to get out of that situation, that position, and, you know, push through all the fire, which is all the obstacles, trials, whatever it may be.
Yeah.
And, like, just know there is going to be a better outcome for you. And, yeah.
Yep. Also taking a really good look at your why and your purpose.
Yeah.
If you look at your purpose or your why and you say to yourself it's not worth it, then you never really had a strong purpose to begin with.
Yeah. You need to definitely...
So you need to take a hard look at yourself and reevaluate. Because,
Yeah. I feel like having a strong purpose and a strong why will definitely take over anything that you go through.
It would
Anything
be
that
worth
you
the
face.
burn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, you're not going to even care what you go through.
Yeah.
If you just think about your purpose and your why and you just push through.
Yeah.
Like, nobody's going to stop you.
Yeah.
It's funny because we need to actually be in that situation. That's the honest truth. Is like, we obviously go through that too on a daily basis, but we also got to remind ourselves, you know.
We're here for a bigger purpose.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, was that all our questions?
Yeah, that was it.
Wow.
That was
dang.
10 questions.
Holy smokes.
Yeah.
That's not even what we normally go through.
No. I feel like there's more. I mean, there's always more to talk about, but I feel like the time that we have is good enough.
Yeah.
Like, we don't want to bore anybody, you know, through...
Beating a dead horse, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah, but no. Well, for you guys out there, hopefully you were able to take away a little tidbit from this episode. But, you know, above all things, if you feel like you're going through it, just remember we're going through it too. You're not alone.
Yeah.
And it's all worth it.
Yeah. At the end, all your sacrifices, your efforts, all the things that you do now will definitely work out in the end.
It'll pay off. Yeah. Just keep going. And we'd love to know what it is you're striving for. Yeah. So feel free to drop in the comments below, like, what is your why? What's your purpose? What keeps you going? What gets you out of bed every morning? Yeah. We'd love to hear it, and, you know, other people might be able to benefit from it too.
We're here to help.
Yep. And we want our community to be able to support each other.
Yeah. I think that's the most important thing, is being able to have that community and being able to support each other.
Absolutely. So join on in, Power Couples. We're here for you.
Yep.
All right, well, that's the end of our episode. Any final thoughts?
I think we said a lot.
Yeah, I think we covered a lot. But yeah, hang in there, guys. It's only going to get better. Thanks again for joining us, and join us again for next week's episode. It drops every Saturday. Yep. And we look forward to seeing you then. Bye.